On January 12, 1993, Mario Lemieux brought the hockey community to a stop when he announced that he'd been diagnosed with cancer. At the age of 27, Lemieux stepped away from the game for 2 months to undergo radiation treatments for Hodgkin's disease, now known as Hodgkin's lymphoma, after an enlarged lymph node was removed from his neck. In May of that year, Mario's cancer diagnosis and treatment inspired him to create the Mario Lemieux Foundation, so patients and families facing the same frightening battle would have the best care possible.
To see that happen at that time in his young life, he and Natalie were just about to get married, and it shook everyone up enormously. And to see Mario and Natalie take that personal experience and turn it into a cause and a foundation intended to help others was deeply inspiring. And all of us who joined on in the early days of that effort were honored to have the opportunity to do so.
In 1996, Mario and his wife Natalie had their son Austin, who spent 71 days in the neonatal intensive care unit. While Natalie and Mario were caring for Austin, there was nothing to engage his sisters, which sparked the idea of Austin's playrooms.
We have to help other families like ours. There's got to be a way to make things a better experience. So that's really how this whole thing started, was trying to figure out a way to occupy, little minds and take care of a sick child all at the same time.
As moving as it is when you see an athlete or a celebrity adopt a cause, for the cause to grow out of their own personal experience, where it's so motivating and hits so close to home, makes it that much more inspiring for all of us who had an opportunity to join in the effort.
The effort started with the inaugural 4-day Mario Lemieux Celebrity Invitational Golf event at the Club of Nevillewood in 1998. It was an event on the Celebrity Players Tour, and it served as the foundation's largest fundraiser through 2015.
The first year we didn't really know what to expect or the magnitude and all the people. 25,000 people a day for 4 days in a row at Nevillewood was pretty crazy. It just spiraled on from there, and it turned out to be a really, really, really great event.
In 2000, the Austin's Playroom Luncheon and Fundraiser was established, and it continues today. The luncheon event funds one new playroom each year and helps to support the Austin's Playroom's ongoing maintenance program.
It's just a lovely event, 400 people, lots of great fellowship, and everyone's there to support and celebrate the cause, which is Austin's Playrooms, where we're building playrooms and medical facilities to make it an easier time for patients and families in challenging medical situations.
In 2012, the Mario Lemieux Foundation hosted the first Mario Lemieux Fantasy Hockey Camp, allowing participants to enjoy once-in-a-lifetime NHL-like hockey experience on and off the ice. The Fantasy Camp has raised nearly $5 million since its inception and celebrated its 10th anniversary last April.
The last 10 years, it's been very special. We've been able to raise over $4 million, and it means a lot to the foundation. We're able to raise money for cancer research, Austin's Playrooms, and all the other projects that she mentioned earlier. It's very special, and we're able to make a difference in the community and help people that are in need.
Those types of fundraisers have allowed the Mario Lemieux Foundation to gift over $37 million to cancer research and patient care projects since its founding in 1993.
Our goal and the Lemieux Foundation goal is the same, and that is, a future without cancer.
It's been our goal since the beginning to help others in need. That's our directive from Mario and Natalie, and that's what we set out to do. So giving money to research, particularly to help other people. Without research, there's no cure to anything.
Their commitment to research and the dollars that we've received enabled us to recruit world-class researchers, world-class clinicians, and we have been able to open very innovative clinical trials.
These funds have provided the Pittsburgh community with several life-changing cancer facilities, such as the Lymphoma Center and the Institute for Pediatric Cancer Research at UPMC Children's Hospital, as well as the Immunotherapy Center and Mario Lemieux Center for Blood Cancers at UPMC Hillman Cancer Center.
I said to Mario, you've had blood cancer. You had blood cancer years ago and beat it. Why don't we think about creating a center for blood cancer, a blood cancer center? And He immediately loved the idea. At that time, they were very involved in the planning, the design. They met with the architects. They picked out the colors and the lighting and the flooring, and that made a huge difference. But the other interesting thing that Nathalie insisted on was before we moved forward that we get patient input, that patients get taken into a room and everything occurs in that room. In other words, they get their blood drawn, their vital signs, they see the doctor, they see the nurse, they get their discharge instructions, their scans are scheduled there. So typically, you know, when you go to a doctor's office, you go from one person to the next person to the next person. And this was a very unique approach that patients asked for.
It's that type of passion for the foundation and the Lemieux's involvement in all the intricacies of it that have made the Mario Lemieux Foundation such a success in its 30 years of existence.
Mario and Nathalie are intimately involved in everything that we do. You know, obviously they came up with the idea, but they didn't just leave and say, here you go, run with it. Nathalie picks all the finishings and furnishings in every single one of our playrooms. They come to board meetings, they're very involved. We talk to them all the time. Mario goes to events, he participates at hockey camp, he participates in all of our other events that we've had. Certainly the golf, he played every round. Hockey camp, it's the only time that he skates every year. And that the 6.6K is high-fiving at the finish. Where do you have that anywhere else? And that was his idea. He wanted to do that. He understands that good can come from adversity. And that's why he started the foundation. And that's why he continues to participate in the foundation to this day.
Mario is just truly, you know, a remarkable individual. And what I admire the most about him, other than his amazing generosity, is his humility. And he has done so much for this region, for our patients, for this community. I can't think of any other professional athlete in this town, and I've been here a long time, that has done so much to help cancer patients and to help our community.
There's an authenticity about this foundation and its mission that I think people respond to. And I've known a lot of prominent people, and some of them have personalities that are more legend than reality. But in Mario's case, it's the real deal all the way. So the fact that this comes from such a place of truth and such a place of personal experience that's led to the inspiration, I think it's something that everybody, not just within our community, but all around the country relates to. And I think that's in large measure why you've had such a committed group of donors, some of them from the very beginning, and why that group of donors and the spectrum of events that the foundation holds continues to grow and expand.
Donors have played a large part in the success of the Mario Lemieux Foundation and will continue to help the foundation and its supporting staff pave the way for generations to come.
I see it now on its way to becoming a multi-generational force in the Pittsburgh community that's going to long outlast all of us. And so to see the work already underway, transitioning that mission to another generation, and to see that there'll be a lasting impact from the foundation, its mission that I think will continue to grow for multiple generations, is deeply rewarding. I think it's well on its way to being as an ingrained and permanent a part of the community in and around Pittsburgh as any such organization has been. And I know all of us are excited to see the next generation becoming more and more involved and taking it to greater heights wherever that may lead.